Hey everyone, welcome back. Got another Conflikt 47 battle report for you. Some Germans versus Soviets. Played a little bit bigger game this go around. Playing Demolition, had some multiple platoons, but we'll run through that. So first up, the German list, or multiple lists. So this is an approximation for some of these. So we had two players show up, and then we were kind of have a learning game for somebody else, and so the second opponent here dropped some units and made points for his squad he had done up. So yeah, it ended up functionally being three opponents. We got the Weird War, a more normal, and then a learning player. And then my platoon was two. Because originally the plan was, I brought a list and then another list as backup. Being Konflikt 47, you just throw more dice in the bag and it works out. So yeah, they ended up coming to around 2,500 points and about 23 dice. So my list is two platoons. One just the standard reinforced squad or reinforced platoon, and then the guards. So this one I've started making use more of the strafe bats and stuff, just having fun with it. And the other is the just the veterans. So a lot of armored guys, a lot of the trucks to drop them off. So wasn't sure which I was gonna if I was doing a one-on-one game, which one I was gonna play, but since we had the other table had two players, and so we just did a bigger game on ours, and it worked out. So on to the battle. So this was Demolition. You see my objective here, his objective there. I just camped out a bunch of guys in the crater, hiding behind the objective, and my 152 here. And then you can see down the line some free squads, or not the cheaper squads, my armored vehicle, artillery, all the way down. You see through here, so yeah. The base, the one with the mismatched basing, that's the new guy. He was dropping in, giving it a try, and then a mix of the Weird War, and then more standard stuff. So both all the German opponents, they had pretty sharp looking stuff. So yeah, just kind of a close up of that. And then the Nosferatu LT, and yeah, just cool army. On to one, so this will be pretty quick just because we're starting out. So yeah, I'm shuffling stuff up, trying to rain some shots, and then I get hit with a pin on the gravity gun thing. This was the opponent over here. His stuff, you can see a lot of it's dust and just multiple different genres, or not genres, but different lines, and they all look cool. But yeah, you see the zombie hordes kind of shambling up. Then on to two. Like I said, it was pretty quick. So slightly blurry, but this is the only one I got of a good one of the left flank. So yeah, the turn one I got it up to the scout car on the road. This is going to cause problems. So what I was looking at realistically was driving it up and then trying to sneak up and maybe shoot rear armor here, or just start harassing his zombies, because there's a big old block of them here. So my thought being is, if I can kind of maybe come up this way, stay far enough away that they either have to pull away from the objective and just rain shots on them just to kind of thin it out. What I didn't mention is in my outflank, I have the heavy infantry and trucks, and then they had all their werewolves. And much cleaner shot on the right. So yeah, just kind of nothing's fired or anything, but just cool stuff. And yep, you see me wrecking away, so I came up. I think I fired. It couldn't hurt it because I was in the flank. We did the roll between. It's a regular tank, so we did the roll, and it counted as a veteran. So no pins. And then there's Big Franz back there with the heavy Panzer Shrek. So he was the thing that was trying to gun down my truck, and I just ran away. And he's just gonna he's gonna be popping shots off all day. Spoiler a little bit, but yeah, it's just he's doing his thing. Yeah, and in here, yep, I failed. Actually, foobarred, so I rolled, saw the six, and was like, oh, I failed. Like, oh, you did foobar. So then they caught me, or they caught it, and they so didn't do anything. Rolled like a three or whatever. You just vehicle was down, but yeah, that could have been bad. As it this came in later, but yeah, it was gonna obliterate one of my squads or something. And then up here, my MMG and light howitzer have been trading shots back and forth. And then big Stompy came in, so yeah, I've already realized the error of my deployment here. But I was just haven't played in a little bit, and I was just happy to get the two big guys on here. I have started the Mastodon. I have started building the Mammoth. I got it all built. I need to get it painted up, at least primed or something, before I start putting it on the table. So over here on the right, so you see him. I did have a squad here, so he brought them up, smoked them. Got my free squad. They came in. Everybody's coming in from reserves. And over here, the Big Stompies, his other Panzerschreck team. So they notice I have all my my heavy armored stuff over here. So of course the Panzerschreck and the Rift Tech drivers here. So truck, they start coming in. Yep, and then so I see that, and I gotta do something about it. So bring in my veteran. Just basically, it was originally going to be like a fire suppressive type team. It's got two LMGs, so we're going to use the new suppression rule, but or my plan for them if I can camp them on the objective, but that didn't work. So they came in, and luckily between all the LMGs and rifles, I was able to pull a six and pop the truck, which coincidentally also blocks his line of sight here. So that worked out. And then a cool just flamethrowers and these guys coming in. I think there's some more, but he just couldn't balance them. Or I put my took the photo before he finished pulling them out. But yeah, so the new guy, he's advancing his stuff up. So there's a part of the reason is there's a spotter up here. So as they're advancing, I'm like, well, also why don't we just shoot at him too? Not that he's worth anything, but at least knocks out some of my capabilities. So on to 3. So seeing them marching on my objective, and I know I got to deal with them, so bring them on up and poof. So at this point, normally the zombies are so hard to deal with, and that's part of the reason why for a long time I ran big squads with SMGs and kind of been gravitating to the big HE stuff, was just dealing with the zombies, whether the Japan version of them, of all I need is one hit and just 3d6 pick that whole group up. So yeah, that pretty much made my day, and yeah, because I just had this neat. Yeah, oh yeah, so seeing what happened to the bloodbath here, so they fire, and then my inexperienced squad proceeds to run to cover. You probably run all the way back here. They advance another direction. Hindsight sight being 2020, I probably should have kept them there or ran them into cover into the here, but I was able to run them far enough away that they got out of range. And then yeah, his big Stompy's coming in doing its thing. So that's going to be a problem. I didn't really factor this in into my deployment and or any of my operations, but here we are. Oh yeah, this guy. So they were sneaking up, and so I was able to draw out the ambush via the. So they were ambushed. They passed my Strafbat squad. I was moving them out, kind of running up here. They drew out the fire onto them, so I promptly, these were hiding back, but they are fast, so I was able to run them up into the objective. Another thing is you see the squad here, the truck with half track with 5 pins, so I've been laying into it with anything that couldn't hit, or anything that didn't have a better target, was dumping fire into them, and it's paid off. But yeah, so I saw it in here, and really luck out. Yeah, so he just flubbed his rolls. I with 10 terrors, I assumed, because this I think was his rifle squad. So I felt pretty confident I was going to win, but I expected half the squad to be done. So I was going to only have like 5 or so. And my thought was then they're going to be somewhat ineffective and they're just going to camp in here or maybe try to take out, damage the squad in here. But, only losing 1, now I'm going, okay, I can actually do something here. Which is why originally I was just going to have them take the building. But I said, no. We're coming up here because the objective's here. Bunch of zombies. But I was like, I think I got my reserves, outflankers coming in a truck. I don't think I'm going to be able to take out all the zombies in one go. But if they can just come in there, crash into them, and force, if they don't win, just wipe out a lot of them, then maybe the scout car coming up here can finish them off just by planking some shots or something. But yeah, we are getting somewhat late in the game, so we got I got to start making a move on the objective. And that's it. So he's starting to push in too. So you see the his jet troops are jumping in, and the assault squad's coming in. So yeah, even if I may have saved them a little bit longer, they definitely should have been here to at least tie up some of this stuff. But yep, here we are. Then just a better shot of that, it looks like. Yep. And then over here, so here's the squad. I was able to come in and draw out his stuff. You see the pins here, so I believe I did fire. I don't think he did anything. It was the big the big shot hit him, and I think just glanced it. And his bats come in. I misjudged the turn, so they moved up too. And then you see, so he did attempt. So he rallied. Right, I think he rallied the guys in the truck. But yeah, I'm still just dumping them in so many shots. He did attempt to rally, I think, the half track too, and he just failed. So yeah, I just keep putting more shots in. And then just a cool action shot of the bat dudes here. Got a pile of zombies. So yeah, it's just a Siberian terrors versus that. So just a tale as old as time. Over here, yeah. So his outflankers are coming in. And then not pictured, we forgot, but we brought him in later, is the other pack of wolves coming in. So yeah, now I really realized the error of my deployment, but we live and we learn. So yeah, a bunch of jetpack troops piling in, the wolves piling in, and some more wolves that are supposed to pile in, but it'll be pictured later. Yeah. And these guys are coming in, Big Stompy's still doing his thing, flamethrowers are coming in, so yeah, it's getting a little worrisome over here. That said, Big Stompy jumps in, he comes in, I think he whiffs. I did fire off some shots, yeah, and you see them bring him here, trying to pop some Panzerfaust into him, fire into here, but nothing really happens, which is unfortunate. And then top of 4. So yeah, big game change moment. So big old flying saucer comes in doing its thing and proceeds to just hit everybody. So we did look up. He got one of the results that he didn't need. So I think the ISU's armor like 10, or the 152's armor 10, I want to say. But anyway, he got something where he couldn't even hurt, or something like he couldn't hurt this guy. So he did the extra pins, and that was it. And then you see, everybody got pins, pretty much. And then that's where they popped in. But yeah, so everybody got pins. So that kind of changes a little bit. And but knowing, so he's got the jump mech. So knowing I need to take this out, so I roll, even with all the pins, I still pass, roll him up, and get within point blank, and promptly miss. So then I bring in this my Mastodon, try to do the same thing. It misses, and so yeah, not great. So he does the right thing, jumps, over, using flight jumps into here to get him into contact with the objective. I send, at this point, the only thing I can is the guys with the anti-tank grenades. I send them in. He doesn't have the autocannons. He has the double MMGs and mows the whole squad down when they come in. And yeah, conclusion. So Germans won. Not pictured. So the World War, the guy with the flying saucer, all that great stuff. I wasn't able to get into his base because he sacrificed his the bat troops, blocking on their name, to. So they flew in. They died, but they locked in my tears there, so I couldn't run up and charge him and engage his base. So he ended up it looks, you look here, and yeah, it looks a lot worse than it is. But mainly it's only because we called it then, because he was in my base point blank, with all my inexperienced squads, some of my commanders and all that, and he was rolling in there with his assault troops and everything. So it was just a matter of time, and he would have killed if we actually played the turn out or played more. He would have just killed all the units there. We called it at that point because I didn't have anything that could counter his mech being a base to base like that. So we just called it then. But yeah, no, great time. New guy. That was his first run through with Bolt Action, the one squad. Or Konflikt 47. He had a good time. We all did. Unfortunately, even though we had like a Konflikt 47 kind of like game day thing going, I didn't get any pictures of the other game, and it was some Soviets and Americans facing off. So hopefully next time we'll do another game day here. I'll probably hopefully get a link and all that stuff so I can actually have something up and let people know about it. But yeah, all in all, Germans got the win this time, but still it was a great time, great table, great opponents and everything. So yeah, good time all around. Thanks for watching.